In this video, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the Sofabaton X1S Smart Remote. This thing will replace hundreds of remote controls. I mean, most people in their house, we have about 4 or 5 remote controls, right? This right here, it's going to be one remote control, and you can control all your devices. You can control over 6,000 brands and over 500,000 plus devices with this one little bitty controller. It also has app support for like Netflix, Apple TV. It has Xbox support where you can control your Xbox, Voodoo, brands as in Panasonic, Sharp, Pioneer, Vizio. There's so many brands out there. I mean, there's so much more. So we got a little bit of tech specs in the back. It is Wi-Fi, BGN 2.4. It is Bluetooth 5.0 and 3.0 compatible. The charge time for this is about 3 hours. So while you're at work, set it on a charger, and then you get about 2 months of charge out of that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and open this up and see what it looks like. So just for a disclaimer, Sofabaton did send this out for me to do a review on. I'm not told what to say or how to say it, or they don't get to see this video before. No money was exchanged. They just reached out and said, hey, would you mind reviewing this on your channel? We believe that it's a good fit for your channel. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to review this, which is actually pretty cool because I was actually looking at different ones and I knew Logitech had one, but Logitech does not make them no more. And so you get a nice little Manuel. It's not too thick. It doesn't look like it's over complicating right now. It is only one language. This thing can control some of your smart home functions as well. Certain smart lights like Philip Hughes. But the feel of it, it's pretty smooth. I wish that it had a little bit more rubber texture. I mean, it is nice. What I really like is the button layout is just like the Amazon Fire Stick. And being Amazon Fire Stick being one of the leading remote controls or streaming device out there, I really like that. The home button, the back button, the home button, the hamburger button, the volumes, the mute. I mean, this is all. I mean, again, it feels good. Even though it's so smooth in my hand, it feels good. I don't think that I'm going to be sitting there talking and it's going to go flying out my hands. You get your wall hub right here. It is IR. So here's the IRs. So these are going to plug into the hub. And you have a couple of them. That way you can set them up all the way around. So you get a good 360 radius for the remote to pick up. This probably is going to be USB-C. So yes, so USB-A to USB-C. Looks roughly possibly a 3-foot cable. Let's go ahead. If anyone watches my channel, I have a thing because most cables are really short. And yes, we have us about a 3-foot cable. So that's a good plus right there. That's always a plus. We got another USB-C to USB-A. Again, 3 foot. Packaging, very well done, especially for being in shipment, going through Amazon or if it goes out FedEx or UPS. I always like to see nice packaging. That way, if people don't take care of your packages in the mail, they do survive. So here we are. We have the hub. This is what you're going to set up around your entertainment center, close to your TV. You have 2 little holes right here, so you can actually mount this on your wall. I'm going to go through. I'm going to learn the remote control. I'll come back and I'll show you what I've learned on the controller itself, and then I'll show the app and go through the app, and we'll just go through it all. So hopefully y'all stick through. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed. But for me, it's going to be a couple of days. For you, it'll just be a couple of seconds, but I'll be back after I learn a few little things about this remote and see how hard the learning curve is for a remote control like this. So what's pretty cool, again, on the back of this, you have 2 little bitty hanging points where you can actually hang this on the wall, which is what I'm going to actually do here. So the easiest way to do it is if you got any painter's tape, you put the painter's tape on the back of it right here. And once you put it on here, you take your screwdriver and you pop the holes, and then you put the painter's tape and then put your screws in. That's like literally one of the easiest things that you can do. And then voila, now it's like that. And then my cable, I'm going to run through my cable loom back here. So I have, no cables at all from here mounting. So to install the app, either go to your Apple Store or your Google Play Store. And here's the app. It's the Sofabaton Smart Remote. I believe this is going to be the one. We're going to see real quick. 2.7 star review. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna click on that one. It's the only one that popped up for Sofabaton. So let's go ahead and open it. Okay, so now I'm logged in. I blurred out the screen for my login security. So we're gonna go here and then we're gonna set up a new hub. So we got to plug in the hub. Okay, so we connect the hub to the power outlet. I just did that. And now it says hold the button for 3 seconds. The light on it is blue, and then you wait for it to blink. So my blue light is blinking. So I'm going to hit here, hit next. Let's go while using the app. Allow Sofabaton, connect. So there we go, the X1S. Okay, so now it's trying to connect to the Wi-Fi. It's confirmed that it has a Wi-Fi connection. Accessing my cloud account. My internet telling me that a new device is joined. And now it's on here. Okay, important notice. Roku update effects. So right now we have a new update the minute we come in, which is really nice to see that updates will automatically just pop up and go. So now it's going to update the hub. So select a desired hub on your location, which is going to be this one right here. And then I'm going to save it. I'm not going to rename it. So we're just going to take a quick tour here in the settings tab. So when you click on settings, you got your hub name, you got your backup. So I'm going to imagine that you can back up what you have. That way you always have it right here on your phone in case something happens to the remote. And instead of trying to repair everything, everything will be here. That is also a really, really nice feature. Pair with a new remote, sync remote. So anytime you do put a new device on, you need to sync remote. So then it will sync, and then on the remote control, it says that it's syncing. A really, really cool feature. How many of y'all been sitting on the sofa and you lose your remote? You can't find it nowhere. You're sitting down, you're ready to watch your TV. Well, you click this button right here, and the remote starts beeping. And so until you hit the button on the remote, it is going to beep, beep, and beep. That is really, really cool. I really do like that. So check for updates. It's already there. Firmware update for the remote. So no data here. So everything is up to date. So then we can look at our version, remote version. So if you haven't had a update in a while, you can go to Sofabaton's website, make sure that you have the latest software. All right, so this is way future me. I probably should have had this video out last week, especially right here at Prime Day. I don't know if this is on sale for Prime. If I do see it on sale for Prime, I'll leave a link down in the description below. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to screen record my phone, and I'm going to show you actually how to go through. I was just waiting on a new soundbar, and it took me like I took a week vacation, and then it took me another week and a half to find a new soundbar. I wanted a new soundbar. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to connect the new soundbar, the Hisense TV, my new Hisense soundbar, and the Fire Stick all to this one. That way I don't have these three right here. You know, basically when you get home, you would hit this one, turn on your TV. Then you would get this one right here, turn on your sound bar, and then this one right here, you would control your Fire Stick. And yes, you can pair some of your stuff to your Fire Sticks right here to control your volume. But a lot of times you're reaching over for your sound bar or your receiver, and you're doing it. So basically, what this remote has done, that has replaced literally all three of these, 100%. You take three and you turn it into one. Let's go ahead and go to the screen recording on my phone. All right, so as you see right now on my screen recording, I have the Hisense TV, I had the Fire TV, and my Hisense soundbar. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go here, I'm going to go to edit, and I'm going to remove all these. That way I can show y'all how to actually do this. So I'm going to remove each one of these devices. All right, so I'm only going to delete the one device, which is my Hisense TV. So what I'm going to do is at the top right-hand corner, I'm going to go ahead and add that device again. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to hit infrared. I'm going to search for my model, which there again, mine is a 65U. Okay, so no results. So go ahead and just type in Hisense. So there's my Hisense. And now what we're going to do is we're going to type in 65U. 8, and I believe mine is the G So we're going to go here to G, and then we're going to hit next, and then we're going to hit complete. Okay, so now it says that it's complete. So I'm going to hit OK. Now you get to configure it. So we're going to go to power settings. And let's see, power state settings. What should the current device do when switching to an activity that does not include it? So we're going to keep always on. So we're going to hit confirm. And now I'm going to test. So we get the on and off. I'm going to turn the TV off, which you can't see at this point in time, but the TV did turn off. And now I'm going to turn it back on. TV on my end did come back on. So now source. You got to set this up as well before you can create an activity. Source configuration requires entering the device built-in input option for automatic input switching when operating an activity. I need to switch input. I don't need to switch input. So me, I don't need to. So there's no need to switch an input. So I'm going to hit OK. And now everything should be configured. So if I hit the back button, everything's configured, and there's not on the right-hand side of each device that you have, it's not there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create an activity. So if you look at the bottom middle of the screen, click on activity. And then at the top of the screen, we're going to hit the plus. And now we're going to create an activity. So right now the Fire Stick's on, the TV's on, and the soundbar's on. So I'm going to click on all those. And it's going to be watch Fire TV. So we're going to hit next. So no need to switch input, none of it needs to be switched input, because once mine comes on, that's the input that I need for this right here. Now say you have an Xbox, well, and you have a Fire Stick in your Xbox built in, then and you wanted to play your movies through the Xbox, then that's where you're going to put, you want to switch the input on it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and hit next. So power state configuration. So right now the Fire TV is on, the Hisense soundbar is on, and the Hisense TV is on. So I want to make sure it's all on, hit next. So now it says select a device you want the remote volume buttons to control. I want it to control my soundbar. So I'm going to go ahead and click soundbar. Select the device that you want the remote buttons to control. For all this, I want it to be my Fire TV stick. Hit next. Choose your icon and then name it. So I want to put this one here, watch TV. Okay, and then I'm going to hit complete. Okay, so once you hit complete, now your remote control, if you can see right there, it is synchronizing now. So what it's going to do is synchronizing everything you just did with your app on the phone, and now it's synchronizing it here. So any codes, everything now is being stored into this remote right here, and it's creating that activity you just created. Okay, so now it's done synchronizing. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and hit activity, and then we're going to click watch TV. So now everything should be on watch TV. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the camera around. So now that it's all on watch TV, I should be able to come in here and let's go to YouTube, for instance. We should be able to open up YouTube. I should be able to go to Thomas with Tomology, and I should be able to view everything on YouTube here. Again, it is working the remote right here. So I'm going to go ahead and hit exit. So now if we look at the sound bar right here, whenever we control, we're controlling the sound bar as well. All right, and when you're done, you can hit the off button or the back button, and you're done. You just hit the off, everything's going to go off. So this right here can control multiple devices. So let me go ahead and bring this back to the desk. And once I get to the desk, we're going to go over some other the features of some of these activities and give you my final thoughts. All right, so all in all, I mean, this is a cool little remote. 100%, it's cool. Logitech ain't out there no more. There ain't too many companies out there that offer a smart controller like this. It's going to make you want to spend more money, because now I want to go get some automated blinds. I want to get the Hue lights. I wish that it worked more with other lights, as far as like Gobi lights and stuff like that. And maybe there'll be future updates. I mean, obviously they're going to be adding a lot more to their product. So that would bring a lot more into it, because around my TV, behind my TV, I have Gobi lights, and I have Gobi lights around, and I'm going to be putting in more accent lights around my house. And it would also be nice because my kitchen and my living room are connected, and me just to click over and shut off my kitchen lights at the same time would be nice too, or when I hit my activity button. I'm going to be looking to see if there's a case for this. It is pretty smooth. So every once in a while, I will catch myself, and I don't want to be sitting there talking with it in my hand with my wife or my daughter or anything like that, and that controller go flying. I wish that it did have a little bit more rigid backing. If you notice, it is very fingerprint. It's a fingerprint magnet. Let me see, try to get it in the video there. You can get a lot of fingerprints on it. The screen, you get a lot of fingerprints on. If you're trying to get rid of all your remotes in your house and try to get one, then I mean, this is the one that you need to get. In saying that, I mean, I didn't get to connect it to my PlayStation or nothing just yet, but I do want to connect it to the PlayStation. Again, like I said earlier in the video, there is some people that I know that have this connected for that. They bought it literally just for their Xbox and their soundbar and their TV is what they got this for because they use their Xbox as their media hub. Price of these 200 bucks. This video is going to be going out probably tomorrow. Hopefully it's still Prime's for another 2 days. Maybe this is on sale on Amazon. I haven't double checked the prices or nothing on Amazon. If they are, no matter what, I'll leave links down below. Big shout out to Sofabaton for sending this out for me to review. I do like it. I'm kind of curious to see what else you got next to compete with some of the bigger multimedia. You know, maybe they'll come out with one with the 10-inch screen. I'm trying to think of the one that my father-in-law has, but he has one that controls pretty much his whole house. The thing is, though, is he can be in any room of his house. This one here, you do have to be in your living room or the room that you have this connected to because of the hub box. It would be nice to be able, even if you had to get satellites and put satellites in different rooms, that would be really, really nice there. Just a little hint there for you, Sofabaton. But yeah, all in all, I mean, yeah, I mean, for the offerings that are out there, Sofabaton has a lot of potential here and a lot of potential to make this, I'm talking about 1,000 times better. And the equipment that you can pair with this is just, I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on, you know, of what you can pair with this. So all in all, it's worth your hard-earned money. And I do like it. I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be nice to just have the one remote instead of having 3 remotes. And then, of course, once I get my PlayStation hooked up, instead of using a controller like this to control everything on the PlayStation to control my movies, this right here is supposed to control that as well. Different apps, Netflix, stuff like that. I don't use Netflix, so I couldn't tell you, you know, about the Netflix, about the other apps. Maybe I'll learn it even more, and maybe I'll do an app segment of a separate video for just the apps. But go ahead, leave comments down below if you have this controller, what things that you like, what you don't like. Go ahead and leave down in the description below, down in the comment section. Let me know, you know, how it's working for you and how you use it in your life. But I'm Thomas with Tomology. Go ahead and check out this video right here. See if this one is worth your hard-earned money here in 2025.